Hi everyone, and welcome back to Printago. I'm Matt, one of the co-founders, and today I'm very excited to show you our powerful new SKU Variant features that we believe will transform the way that you sell 3D prints online. After that, I'll give you a preview of our Etsy add-on that's right around the corner. One of the big inconveniences of selling prints online is all the different SKUs you need to create. If you want to sell one item in 10 different colors and 3 sizes, that's 30 SKUs to create and manage on every e-commerce platform. Printago SKU Variant solved this problem. You'll create reusable mappings for your variations and add properties for Printago to apply when orders come in. Set them up once and your orders will flow directly to your order and print queue. I'll walk you through a real example using this little sign we sell on Etsy. We'll start simple, just adding some color options, and then we'll level it up with font selection and some text personalization. By the end, you'll see how one listing with one SKU can handle all the combinations that you'd like to offer. So buckle up, let's go. First, I have a 3MF file that's painted with 2 colors, and in Printago, I mapped those colors to materials. I already have a SKU created for this and made sure it's the same SKU as on Etsy. Printago lets you set which materials to use for each color slot in your 3MF project. When you queue a part for printing or add a SKU to an order, you can change those, which is great if you're inputting orders manually or doing a one-off for a customer request where you're selecting the colors each time. But for automation purposes, when orders come in from your store, we need the material assignments to happen automatically based on what the customer selected. So let's say we want to offer this sign in a bunch of different color combos, both the sign and the text. Here's how we set that up. Let's set up the SKU in Etsy to have a variant named Color Theme and add a bunch of options. We can add 2 colors to the same variation, like this. Even though we want to automate these different color options, we don't need to put a separate SKU on each variation. If you want to add a different price for each variation, you can do that, but we'll just leave the price the same for our demonstration. Let's bounce over to Printago and add a SKU variant called Color Theme. It's important to note, this name needs to match whatever the variation is called in your e-commerce store for automation to happen. Also, we need to add each value that's in Etsy, and those need to match exactly too. You can reuse Printago variants across many SKUs, and we'll be adding the ability to add more than one name here for matching. So you can call this theme in one listing and color theme in another, for example, and still reuse all the mapping data we're about to create. Okay, so now we have a matching SKU variant set up in Printago to match our Etsy values. Next, we're going to add some properties to it. Since the variant represents a primary color and a text color, I'll add 2 material type properties, one for primary color and one for accent color. Then I'll go through and assign my filaments to each of them. Just like in other parts of Printago, you can assign materials to these properties in a few different ways. You can assign a specific brand and color, like Bamboo Basic PLA Red, or you can assign Bamboo Basic PLA any color to match on any color of that material. Additionally, you can assign multiple materials to a property value, and Printago will look for them in the order specified in your printers and use the first one it finds. With that saved, let's head back to our SKU. All we need to do is to add the variant and tell the SKU where to apply the properties. I can now use the primary color and accent color anywhere I'm able to set a material within the SKU. Now, our little sign is all set up for our Etsy customers to choose a color theme. If you have the Etsy integration enabled, their orders will come right into Printago and will get their product selections automatically. All you need to do is approve the order and make sure there's a printer loaded with the materials required when it shows up in the queue. Now then, we could stop right there. I'll let you in on a secret. Even though I've been using a 3MF so far, this model is actually created in OpenSCAD. Not only does Printago support multicolor SCAD files, we can automate those colors the same way as our 3MF. Let's set up our second Etsy variant to let the customer choose from a few different fonts. And we'll also enable personalization to allow them to type whatever text they'd like to see on their little sign. The options for font are Barbie Style and Ariana Violeta. Just like before, we'll create a Printago variant with the same name and values as our Etsy variation. In our SKUs file, however, we only need Barbie or Ariana passed in as the parameter. So I'll create a text property type and call it SKUs font and put in those values respectively. I'll also add our personalization. On Etsy, personalization is free text entry, and for most cases, you'll only need to add one personalization type for all your SKUs. There's no variant values or properties for these special variants. Now I'll upload my SKUs part and replace it in our SKU. Notice that colors used inside SKUs files show up similarly to 3MF colors. After replacing the 3MF with our SKUs file, I'll also add our new font and personalization variants. And finally, I'll attach the variant properties to the colors and font parameters in the SKUs part. Now our customers can choose the color theme they'd like, a font, and they can even type in their own message to appear on their sign. And it's all automated straight to the Printago order queue. From now on, the only manual labor involved is ensuring that your printers are loaded with the right material and picking the part up when it's done. There's one more property type I want to show you: plate selection. This lets you map product variants to specific 3MF plates by name, which is perfect for offering different quantities. I'll show you with our sign 3MF again. In Etsy, I'll create a variation called Package with two options: single and 10-pack. Over in Printago, I'll create the matching variant, but this time I'll use the plate quantities property type. Printago indexes all your plate names across all your parts so you can search and select them. Our sign 3MF has two plates, one with a single sign and another with 8 signs on it. So for the 10-pack value, I'll add 2 of the single plates and 1 of the 8 sign plates. Now when a customer orders a 10-pack, all 3 plates automatically get added to the queue. Let's look one step further. At the time of this recording, our Etsy integration is heading into beta. Here's what to expect when importing SKUs from Etsy into Printago. An empty SKU gets created automatically with the name and description from Etsy if it doesn't already exist in Printago. The variants and their values get created and populated automatically, and the variants get attached to the SKU automatically. All you'll need to do is set up the properties in the SKU variant, add your parts to the SKU, and map the variant properties to the right spots in Printago. Additionally, you'll be able to create draft Etsy listings directly from Printago. You'll be shown a screen that displays all of the Printago SKUs not found in Etsy. You can select them, and then you'll choose from one of your existing Etsy drafts to use as a template. We'll copy all of the pictures and videos from the existing draft to a new Etsy draft listing taking the name, description, and thumbnail from Printago. We hope this will save you tons of time creating similar listings in Etsy over and over. Finally, when the Etsy add-on is enabled, your Etsy orders will automatically import into Printago and show up on the orders screen. If any SKUs are missing or their variations aren't set up yet, they'll be flagged so you can fix them. When everything's ready, it's just one click to send your Etsy orders directly to the print queue, including all your color variants, package quantities, and personalization, just like I showed you in this video. I hope this has been helpful, and if you like what we're building, come join Printago today. As always, we're 100% free for hobbyist users, and our commercial plans are designed to grow with your business. In addition to the powerful print automation tools that we're building, we're also giving away 3 Snapmaker U1 printers in early December. The details are out on our website, printago.io, and in-app. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with our features and releases. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Through the grid lines I weave and dart, electric veins fire up my art. Printago flows with endless streams, building worlds from coded dreams. Laser beams and circuits glow. Printago runs the data flow, from the mind to scattered parts, turning sparks to 3D hearts. From the farms where ideas hatch, automation in every match. Bamboo hums with measured pace, creating futures we embrace. Machines that think, machines that thrive. Printago keeps us all alive. Blueprints dancing, feel the spark. In the cloud we leave our mark. Laser beams and circuits glow. Printago runs the data flow.